All right, everybody, what's going on? It's back. I lied. I actually just finished the Gen 6 video, but I had a compromise with chat where we're rolling into Gen 7. Bottom line, my Twitch chat's been there for me. As you can see, this is still all part of the subathon, and the subathon's gone very, very, very well. My chat's been there for me, and we had a bit of compromise, and it turns out, guess what? Here I am. We're doing Gen 7. Are the Ultra Beasts in this one? Yes. So here we go. Gen 7. This is far and away my least favorite Pokemon I've ever played. Let me give you a little bit of backstory about me in case you didn't know about my upbringing and when I played Pokemon and when I didn't and when I started again, okay? So, I was a Gen 1 kid. Started off on Gen 1. Played it, loved it, changed my little 7-year-old life, however old I was. Gen 2 came out. Gen 2 is actually the best gen ever made because you get both Gen 1 and Gen 2 in it, but Gen 2 is the fucking GOAT. That's how it is. Gen 3, Pokemon Ruby, started to lose my interest a bit. I didn't finish Pokemon Ruby when I was younger, and I didn't get a Pokemon game after that. I kind of got away from mobile gaming in general. I didn't get the Game Boy that came out. I didn't get the DS. I didn't get the 3DS, when I was young. It kind of did its own thing. I went into high school. I played a fuck ton of Call of Duty, did that, whatever. Anyway, before I became a YouTuber, I got to college, I discovered emulators. And with emulators, I replayed through Gen 1, 2, 3, Fire Red, Leaf Green. I started 4 a couple times, a little Heart Gold, Soul Silver, some of that. But I still never dove into the later gens of Pokemon for the most part until I became a YouTuber. I was a YouTuber for a couple years, streamer for a couple years, and then I spent $600 on a 3DS to get back into Pokemon starting at Gen 7. Hold on, the song changed and it got significantly louder. I don't know what that was about. Anyway, where was I? Oh, anyway, I got back into Pokemon on Gen 7. It's because Gen 6 looked so fun. Gen 6 looked very fun. Pokemon X, Pokemon Y looked great, but I wasn't streaming as much. I wasn't ready to stream it at the time. I couldn't invest. I didn't have the money to invest in a capture card for 3DS because those are very expensive. But I told myself for the next gen of Pokemon I would, and I did. Pokemon Sun and Moon got announced. Gen 6 looked like a lot of fun because they introduced Mega Evos, and they also let you pick Kanto starters, which, is going to get an old head like me involved. So that got me very excited. And then Gen 7 came out. I spent like $650 plus some change in shipping and all that to have a 3DS with a capture card pre-built into it sent to me and to get the program to run it. And I spent days setting it up and making sure it was good on my computer and I could stream it okay. And I found out that I could. And then Pokemon Moon came out. And I bought Pokemon Moon because that copy looked cooler to me. Luckily, I have the benefit of being a YouTuber streamer. I don't have to worry about which version exclusives there are because someone in chat will trade me what I need. It's just a blessing of the job. And man, I started into Pokemon Moon. I saw the Alolan forums. I saw what was coming and turned the game on, began playing, and I fucking hated this shit. Pokemon Moon might be, actually almost uncontested for me, the worst mainline Pokemon game to ever exist, and it's not close. I know Sword and Shield took another step backwards when they got rid of the national decks, got rid of you using all the Pokemon you possibly could. So that way they could sell the Pokemon back to you in later DLCs. I know Sword and Shield took some step backwards, but I don't even think Sword and Shield was as bad as Pokemon Moon when I played through it. And then on top of that, they decided to release Ultra Sun and Ultra Moon, which was just the same game, but maybe a little worse, if anything. It's a whole goddamn nightmare. The whole first island is Tutorial Island. It's a fourth of the goddamn game, and you are stuck doing a tutorial, getting your hand held the whole time. And I know it's Pokemon, and I know I haven't played since Gen 3, so there's been some changes, and maybe they felt slower in the old ones. I don't fucking know. Anyway, what a fucking nightmare that was. You get off the island. Repels are useless. Every Pokemon they give you in Alola is slow as shit. All the new Pokemon introduced are slow as shit. And Repels are useless because they still force wild and counter battles on you anyway. Because even if you're running Repels, guess what? There's going to be some bush rumbling that's going to come attack you. There's going to be some bird flying overhead that's going to dive down on you anyway. There's going to be some mandatory cave section you have to walk past where you do have to fight a wild Pokemon no matter what. And you can't run because your Pokemon are slow as fucking dog cheeks. Everything in Pokemon Moon sucked. And then when you do get locked in these shit-ass battles and you just try to defeat the Pokemon so you get out of there, it calls for fucking help. It just calls for help relentlessly, nonstop. I get that it's fun to, like, change Shiny Hunt or some shit, but who fucking cares? Pokemon Moon's ass. Pokemon Moon's dog shit. This is the worst generation of all time. That being said, maybe some of the Pokemon in here were or are bangers. So, sorry for the long-winded intro, but let's rank these guys. I just wanted you guys to have a fair mentality, knowing that I despise this generation, but I did beat the game. I fucking won the league, became champion, all that shit. I didn't do the post game because I could not stand to hold that game anymore, but I wasn't going to pay $650 and not finish the video game. So, here we are. Rowlet, Gen 7, the worst generation of Pokemon in our entire life. In my entire life, and probably until the day I die. So let's start with this little shithead. What do I think about the very first Pokemon? This little shitbag Rowlet. Well, Rowlet happens to be my fucking goat. This is probably the best looking grass starter in first Evo form we've ever seen. They gave him a little bow tie. He can spin his head 360 degrees. Just look at the little guy. You gonna hate that guy? Hold on. Hold on. Hold on. Hold on. Hold on. You gonna hate him? You gonna hate him? You can't. Anyway. Rowlet's my fucking goat. Now, this middle Evo form, what am I looking at? This is one of the worst things I've ever seen. You're lucky I don't rank you lower. This Decidueye, also pretty fucking badass. Ghost, grass, not flying, but ghost, grass, spirit shackle, all that shit. Decidueye is fantastic. No complaints about Decidueye. Litten, very cool looking. I like the idea of Litten a lot. His Evo, honestly, so this is, I'm going to be a little bit unfair here. Whatever his middle Evo is called, I couldn't even tell you. Litten's middle Evo here is everything you would expect from Litten evolving. Like, it's exactly what you would want them to do when Litten evolves. Just to, like, same thing, a little bit bigger, morphed a little bit more to look like what the final Evo is going to look like. Torracat, thank you. But I still don't like it as much. An A is good. Keep in mind, I put them in B if there's nothing wrong with them. I put them in A if I like them, but I don't know what I expected. He probably should be an S, but I'm throwing him in A. The design's whatever. Incineroar. Let me tell you, in Gen 7, exactly what we needed, okay? Exactly what we needed. After Infernape, after Emboar, the next thing we needed in line, 100%, was a fire fighting type that stands straight up. I love the idea that Incineroar had a wrestler background, but why the fuck did this bitch, like, throw the wrestler background away if you could just make it a cool fucking fire cat. Make it what Pyroar was supposed to be. You know what I mean? And then they put it in Smash Bros. And it's like, I do not like Incineroar, bro. I think I'm a hater to put him in D tier, but I'm going to throw him in B. Incineroar is just there. Poplio. Let's check out the Poplio line. All right, this little seal dolphin thing with the honky nose circus clown bullshit. Let's put him in B tier. But one thing I will say is that even though Poplio is starting low, as Poplio evolves, he's not fighting, he's fire dark. Yeah, okay. He's not fighting, but, like, why the fuck is he fighting? He's a goddamn wrestler. He's a goddamn wrestler. Why the fuck? Why isn't he fire? They made a firefighting Pokemon, and at the last second they were like, oh yeah, we can't make a third one of these, and then they changed it to Dark type. Doesn't change my opinion. Piece of shit. I'm on to the next Pokemon already. You guys are living in the past. Stop bringing up bullshit. Poplio, B tier. Okay. Him going in Smash really did hurt him. No, wait, you think so? Oh, yeah, because he was busted in Smash for a while, wasn't he? Here we go. Okay, Poplio. Putting Poplio in B tier, he's inoffensive but not impressive as a first-line starter. But here's the deal. Even though Poplio as a line starts low, as Poplio evolves, he gets significantly worse. Because what the fuck are these two things? These are so fucking, like, what the fuck am I looking at? This is the worst shit I've ever seen in my entire life. Get that shit away from me and never let it look in my direction again. You know what I mean? Pipkek. Always like this little guy. He's just a little stooge. His Evo, I don't care for as much, but it's inoffensive. And then we have Fruit Loops. 2 cannon. Not to be a hater. He's an A tier. Here we have the Donald Trump line. So we got this filthy little rat, and then we have Donald Trump. Now we're on to the bug type. Okay, I'm not going to lie. These bug types are pretty okay. Because we got Bro, but he's like a little caterpillar box. He's like Fat Caterpie. Little Gen 1 callback. They made Fat Caterpie. And then Vicavolt's pretty sick. Electric bug types. Pretty badass. He's a battery? Oh, yeah. Charge a bug. Because he's a little battery. And then he turns into Vicavolt. Because, okay, so this one's a little outlet. Or like he plugs into the outlet. And then this one's a battery. And then this one. That's cool. I like that. Can't be a hater. Okay, Crabrawler. I caught a Crabrawler in my Moon playthrough. Used him for a little while, not a long while. I didn't evolve him into Crabominable. The thing with Crabrawler that's funny is that he's like put up your dukes, but he's also like doesn't know where he is and he's all over the place. He just like stumbling around. So I named mine Drunk Dad. It's not funny, and I wouldn't do it again. when I play through mine, but he's fine. I'm gonna say Crabominable and Crabrawler are inoffensive. I don't really have any hate towards them. Here we have these 4 birds that didn't really need to exist. Keep in mind, I've played Pokemon Moon, okay? Moving on. All right, coming up next, we got Cutie Fly. Yeah, or Oricoro. Or, yeah. Oricoro, is that you down in D tier? Because that's where you belong. Cutie Fly. Fucking adorable. I'm going to throw Cutie Fly up there. I'm going to throw Cutie Fly's Evo right there because I'm not using them shits. Rockruff, okay? I'm going to keep it a stack. The whole Rockruff line. You know what? Here's a weird take. Here's a weird take for you. Rockruff, I think, is an S tier Pokemon. Lycanroc Day, I'm going to say, is an A tier Pokemon. Lycanroc Night, A tier is good. Remember that, right? Lycanroc Night got a lot more edgelordy. And with the edgelordy, I also think it's an A tier Pokemon. Just run Zoroark. What are you doing? Lycanroc Dawn is a cool fucking concept. I'm going to put him back up there in S tier. I've never actually got to use Lycanroc Dawn, but I played through all of Pokemon Moon. I didn't even know Lycanroc Dawn existed. Apparently, you can get one in Scarlet Violet. The whole line is a cool concept. I am very thankful Lycanroc Day and Lycanroc Night exist. Dusk. I call it Dawn. Lycanroc Dusk. But the idea that it can go... Like the day or night's not necessarily new, but the idea that it also could evolve into Lycanroc Dusk if you played your cards right was really sick. That was a cool concept. Wishy-Washy. So these are 2 different forms, but if you've never played Pokemon Sun and Moon, they're actually the same Pokemon. So I think I should put them in the same tier. And the tier I'm going to put them in is S, because they actually carried me through a lot of Pokemon Moon. And it's a cool concept. It's a fish that basically calls for help, and when it uses an attack, it turns into a school of fish. And then they all form a big-ass whale, but they're all a bunch of tiny minnows. It's just a neat Pokemon. Shoutouts to Wishy-Washy. Also, when I was a child, I guess, this is a little backstory you guys didn't need to know, but when I was a child, I got 2 goldfish when I was like 3 years old or 2 years old, something like that, and I could barely talk. I had to have been 2. I could barely talk. Did I beat Pokemon Moon? Yes. Anyway, my mom got me 2 little goldfish. I could barely talk. I was like 1.5, 2 years old, and she's like, "What do you want to name them?" And the only thing I could squeak out as a kid was like Wishy and Wata, and Wishy-Washy here makes me think of that, like when I got my own little goldfish. It's just funny how the names lined up. Anyway, Toxapex. This little thing can be a little B tier, and then Toxapex going to throw an A tier. I'm not a Toxapex hater, even though Toxapex can be very annoying to face and competitive if the person knows what they're doing. It's a good Pokemon. It's a very solid Pokemon. In fact, I'm going to give it the highest A tier award I can. I don't typically order these, but we're gonna move these to the front just so people know there is a difference. There's a bit of a line here, and that's the line. Here we go. Mudbray, this little fucking muddy pony thing. I'm gonna give Mudbray a B because it's like, who the fuck is like, oh fuck yeah, I'm running my Mudbray. D-Rose, thank you for the 29 motherfucking months. Appreciate it. Mudsdale, the Evo. With the ability Stamina, Mudsdale is actually going to be my fucking goat. I fucked with Mudsdale a lot. Stamina is such a crazy ability to have. I actually use Mudsdale on a lot of raids. When I'm letting chat carry me through a Pokemon Scarlet Violet raid. I also have like 3 shiny Mudsdale on Scarlet or on Violet. But when I'm letting chat carry me through a Pokemon Scarlet Violet raid, if the Pokemon is only a physical attacker, I just run Mudsdale. You Iron Defense once, and then you just play support the rest of the time because they are not killing your ass. Because you have infinite defense. Anyway, coming up next, we have this little bug guy who I don't remember at all. He looks pretty neat. I can't be a hater, but I played through all of Pokemon Moon, and I have no recollection of this thing. Here we have this weird little bug-eyed cretin. I use these guys as competitive for a little while because this one can get contrary, and I think that's hilarious. So I'm going to throw it in S. Oh, this thing's called Dew Spider. Yeah, Lurantis. Lurantis can get contrary. It can learn contrary and Leaf Blade. Or not Leaf Blade. What's the one that's supposed to lower your attack? The grass attack, special attacking move, and it's supposed to lower your special attack stat. Leaf Storm, yes. This thing gets Contrary and Leaf Storm. So you can actually just spam Leaf Storm, and it gets stronger progressively, except they nerf Contrary because Game Freak doesn't like fun. Morlul. The Morlul line is unbelievably creepy to me, and I like it. Okay? It is, like, disgustingly creepy. Like horror film level shit. And I think that's hilarious for a Pokemon game. Because, like, sure, Hypno can have, like, I'm a diddler lore, and the balloon can float off with a child lore, and those stories are horrifying, but just the look of the thing and how weird and alien-like it is so funny. So we're gonna keep him around. Salazzle, Chad, how are we feeling about the Salazzle line? Because I'm gonna put the tiny lizard in A tier because I like him a lot. But when it comes to Salazzle, I actually don't want to fuck a lizard. So I'm going to actually move it down a tier. Because it's not... The lizard fire type is cool as a concept. But unfortunately, I feel like Salazzle has been unfairly ruined for me because too many people want to fuck Salazzle. Okay? And honestly, Game Freak drew them like that. They knew what they were asking for when they did it. They knew the weirdos and freaks would be all over it. So it's like... I liked it because it could poison steel and poison types. That is badass. It's a very badass feature. This is the first I'm hearing about it. Game Freak didn't need to know what they were doing. All right, the Brewware line. I cannot be a hater to the Brewware line. All right? Throwing them up there where they belong. What am I looking at here? This isn't Lilligant. What line is this? Jerem. What are these three called? Beware is pronounced like beware, by the way. Thanks, man. Bone Sweet. Okay, little cherry. Can't be a hater. Can't be a hater. I think that thing looks cool looking. This is a common wreath, typically hung around the cross over the house at Christmas. Except this one's made up of flowers, so it's more something to be put on a woman's head during a midsummer festival. It's a wreath. This is a normal psychic type orangutan looking thing that is not noteworthy in any way or of any importance. I think this thing might matter. So I'm going to put it up in A tier. But I can't tell you why. Okay? Then we have Gasolipede or whatever this thing is. I'm so out of touch with the Gen 7 shit. I played this whole gen. I'm out of touch with Gen 7 shit. Golisopod, thank you. Okay, so we got the little guy and we got the big guy. I don't hate him. I don't love him. Next we have a ground type that's a sandcastle. It's a sandcastle. It's a ghost type. There's something there. Here we have something you might accidentally step on at the beach that would hurt your foot a lot. Then we have type Null. And then we have Evolve type Null that is somehow different. Okay? Moving on from that, we have a star piece. It came from outer space, and it looks like someone has already really gripped its titties. But then we have a more adorable looking star piece that reminds me of Star Bits from Super Mario Sunshine. So we're going to move it up a little bit. This next Pokemon here is super special because it's a koala. That's it. It's a koala from the weird... You can actually go to Australia and see a bunch of them now. They all have chlamydia, but that's a koala. It looks like it's the first Evo in a line of 3. It isn't. That's the whole Pokemon, a sleeping koala. Moving on, there's a fire turtle. He's got a pretty cool design. I'll throw him up there. Oh yeah, we're here to our Pikachu knockoff this year. It's this little fucking hamster rat. I'm going to put him in B. Inoffensive. Nothing to write home about. Mimikyu. Controversial take I'm going to give here, but just kidding. It's not controversial at all. Mimikyu fucking slaps. That's an S tier Pokemon. You slap Mimikyu up, you hit him one time, you break his little neck. He's like, oh, psych, fucker. I don't even need that neck. And then he still kicks your ass. It's fucking hilarious. Look at little Mimikyu, man. Look at little Mimikyu, man. Hard to be a Mimikyu hater. I would almost put Mimikyu in GO tier. But yeah, the popularity for Mimikyu is there, and for good reason, because that Pokemon's adorable. Have you guys ever seen the episode of SpongeBob where there's a fish with super big lips and Sandy has to karate fight it, and she puts a hairdryer up to the fish's lips so the lips get chapped and dry out, and then the little fish dies. That's where this fish is from. It's from that episode of SpongeBob. I think it's cool Pokemon did a crossover with it, but I also hate both that character and this Pokemon, so it's staying in D tier anyway. Here's a Pokemon that should have been a cool concept. It's a flying cloud dragon. Isn't that fucking sick? Except it's like cool looking. It's not like Altaria. It's like a different cool looking thing. Except it also sucks. Tropius should die and evolve into this when it dies or something. And then it should just gain all new typing and a new moveset or something. I don't know. They should have a link with Tropius somehow because they remind me of each other a lot. Where they're a non-Evo Pokemon. That is a cool idea, but in large, pretty fucking useless. I found an artist who makes Mimikyu plushies instead of Pikachu. But instead of Pikachu, it's starters and other cute Pokemon. Oh, that's something. So, like, instead of Dittos, because there's a lot of plushies. There's a lot of, like, Ditto plushies out there. Where it's, like, a Ditto Bulbasaur or a Ditto Charmander or a Ditto Pikachu. There's a bunch of those out there. But if it's that, but with Mimikyu instead, that's actually a really cool concept. I like that. Didn't people think he was Dunsparce Evo? I don't remember. Coming up next, this Pokemon is a ghost type. It's an anchor to a ship. It's literally it. It's just a ship anchor. I might be a hater here, but what the fuck is that thing, you know? Okay, next we have this next line. I didn't use these guys, but I wish I had in Pokemon Moon. I don't know where to catch them, but I should have ran one of these, and I'm upset that I didn't because this Pokemon has its own special scale line and stuff. And you know what? I'm going to do this. Give S rank to the little guy. I'm going to give A rank to the Evo. I'm going to give S rank to the final Evo. They're late game. Okay, they're like the Larvitar. Yeah, Como-O, that guy. Como-O, cool typing, cool moves. I like it as a Mon. Good line. You don't get it till hella late game. Okay, that makes more sense. All right, the Tapus. I am a Tapu hater, okay? I'm just going to say it before we get into it because people are going to hit me with the, oh my god, how could you put this one in that? I'm a Tapu hater, okay? These things were not cool to me. They fucking changed the terrain. It's annoying to fight around. I don't know what half of them are or do because I've really only seen 2 of them in action anyway throughout a lot of competitive. It felt like 2 of them were only ever useless. This is Tapu Koko. Tapu Koko's alright. I can't hate Tapu Koko. That's just a cool Mon, okay? This thing, who are you? This thing, get out of my house. And Tapu Misty, or whatever the fuck it's called, you can stay, but like, take off your shoes, wash your hands before you pet my dog, okay? You know what I mean? To hell with their terrain shit, that's what I'm saying. Cosmog, okay? Cosmog is funny because Cosmog is supposed to weigh 480 million metric tons. But what's-her-face, little Bond chick in Pokemon Moon, carries him around in her purse constantly. That's such a funny idea. I'll tell you what I didn't like about Cosmog is Cosmog officially broke the concept of legendaries shouldn't evolve. I don't know if Cosmog was the first one to do this. I should know if Cosmog was the first one to do this. Basically, back in my day to wave my cane, there was a rule, and the rule was legendaries don't evolve. You don't evolve into legendaries, okay? The Evo is heavy, not the first form. I think legendaries should have just stayed legendaries and maybe never evolved. Or maybe I'm just a hater because I didn't like the way that this one evolved. But Cosmog, adorable. Can't be a Cosmog hater. That's S. It's Evo form. It's pretty fucking weird looking, but it's very comedic. S. What is this thing's name? Soul something? Soul McLion? I want to like this guy, but I don't want to like this guy. Solago. Yes. Solgallo. Whatever. I want to like this guy, but I don't want to like this guy, okay? And the reason I don't want to like this guy is, or the reason I want to like this guy is because he looks really fucking cool. Solgaleo. Okay. Galileo. The reason I want to like this guy is because he looks fucking sick, okay? He's a big-ass, strong-ass fire lion. The reason I don't want to like this guy is it's like, they literally said, what if we took Entei, who already exists, and tried to make him way fucking cooler and from outer space? That's what he is. What up, Best SHA? How you doing? I said, what if we made Entei from outer space and made him way fucking cooler than he actually is? I don't like that because I like Entei. He's not fire type, he's also not fire type somehow. He's the Pokemon Sun legendary. And he looks like the fucking sun, and his colors are white and red. That boy is Steel Psychic? Yeah, what the fuck are we doing out here? Okay, so, like, he's there. Luminous? What is this thing's name? I actually caught one of these. I ran this thing. Because I had Pokemon Moon. Luranus? Luranus, okay? Luana. Lunala. Okay, Lunala is up there. I almost put Lunala in GOAT. And now that I think about it, Cosmog cannot be up here with Lunala. So we're going to move Cosmog down. But Lunala's pretty sick. I like that one better. That may be top of S tier. Good. Damn near. That's borderline GOAT status. Oh, fuck. Here we go with the Ultra Beast. Okay. Okay, here we go with... Here we go with the Ultra Beast. Base Gen 7 tier list. Thanks. I'm glad you like it. I didn't like Ultra Beast. I think if they would have been cooler, I would have liked them. But the whole point with Ultra Beast is they can't look like Pokemon and they have to look and feel very weird. And they do look and feel very weird. I don't like them. This one, which is based on like the little blonde chick, is fine. Little jelly girl. All right. This one's based on little blonde chick's mom. You can tell by the hair. Sucks. I'll put it in D tier. Buzzswole. I'm going to call him Brock Lesnar. Pretty fucking cool Pokemon. It's a big fucking mosquito bug, dude. How do you hate that? It's a big fucking mosquito bug. Bro is fucking ripped. Bo's going to punch some shit up. Can't be a hater there. Xurkitree, also pretty fucking cool. I'm going to give Xurkitree... Xurkitree's cooler than Solgaleo. For sure. Xurkitree up there. This fucking thing, like, what are you, dude? Eat shit. What are you? What are you? What the fuck am I looking at? Look at this. Who made this? Fire them. Like, anyway. Kartana? What is this thing's name? Katara? It's a rocket? Yeah, fuck off with that. Kartana. Kartana, I like a lot. I actually like Kartana a lot more than Buzzswole. We're going to put Kartana on high S. It's the typing, the steel grass typing is super cool. Don't let it near a fire at all or it will explode. But excuse me, Kartana was fucking sick. Okay. Moving right along. This appears to be a giant hungry factory. This one. Oh, sorry, you guys can't see anymore. Here, let's do this because we don't have to worry about anything up there for a little while. This appears to be... this one was next. This appears to be a giant hungry factory. What am I looking at? This is Guzzlord. I'm going to give Guzzlord a B. For... Boy, you better not think about going any higher than B. Because what the fuck is that? Is this Xerneas? Where's Xerneas at? Is he not in this list? Is Xerneas not in the games? Necromza, not Xerneas. Sorry, I got my shit. Is it? Yeah, this is Necromza. I got my names crossed. I meant Necromza. You knew I was looking for. Xerneas was... I just did Gen 6. Yeah, no, Xerneas is Gen 6. I fucking read it. Anyway. I don't know or care what Necromza does. I didn't play Ultra Sun, Ultra Moon because it looked like Sun and Moon, but worse. And why would you make a second version of this game? Because it's dog shit. Solaga, but evil. I'm going to put you down there. And then you actually look pretty cool. So you can go hang out with the other one. Up there in S tier. It's like, look at them. They belong together. They're friends. I don't know what this thing is. All right. I don't know what anything is. Okay. I'm from here to here. I don't have a fucking clue. Ultra Necromza? Oh, okay. Oh, they made an Ultra Necromza. Okay, hold on. Hold on. I gotta make a new tier. That's my fault. This is Ultra F minus. We gotta throw one in the Ultra F minus tier. What is this thing? Actually, what are these two? Because they look like they go together. Marshadow and Magearna. Okay, you know what? Both you guys can go in A because I think I have seen some shit on Marshadow. I think I do like Marshadow a lot. What are these things? Explain to me what these guys are. Also, Ultra Beast. Naganadel. Pewpole and Naganadel. Another Poison Dragon. I think Ash gets them. You know what, dude? Just get out of my sight. You know what? I'll throw. That's unfair. I'll throw them in D. I'm trying to be fair around here. What's this walking building? I know these things don't matter because I have not heard their fucking name since Gen 7 ended. Ultra Beast. All right, no, this one goes in triple F minus. I'm not tolerating. Lollipop Guild. I know this one. Lollipop Guild is actually pretty fucking sick. Okay, I fuck with Lollipop Guild. He's going in S. That's my dude right there. Zorora didn't feel like Gen 7 to me. I don't know what he's doing here. But he's fine. I'm not a Zorora lover like a lot of people are. I know him from Pokemon Unite, actually. I know him from the hit game Pokemon Unite. I was never really a Zorora guy. Here we have Melmetal and Regigigas Melmetal. So this is a tiny Ditto holding a nut. Which he was like a Pokemon Go exclusive or something. And this is when he evolves and evolves into Regigigas holding a nut. He's a little cooler. I'm going to move him up. Actually, no, I don't like the arrangement of that. Swap these two. There we go. That's better. Alolan forms. Finally, we're back to some real fucking Pokemon. So first of all, this is the funniest image they ever could have picked for Alolan Executor. Because this is the whole picture. This is the whole picture. That's Alolan Executor. That's all they could fit of him in the frame. So so there he is. That is our guy. Alolan Executor is funny. We'll put him up in A tier. Can't really be a hater there. Alolan Marowak. A lot of people like Alolan Marowak. I do too, but not as much as everyone else. It's going to be an A tier. Alolan, Rattata, and Raticate. So when they first came out, they were just annoying rats. But now they're annoying rats that are dark type, and they're not that different, and they're not that special, and I don't ever want to catch or use one. Alolan, Raichu. Y'all know me. Raichu is my favorite Pokemon ever. And I was super excited when I initially found out that Raichu wasn't fairy type because it looks like a Teddygram that would be a fairy type, but instead is psychic. And electric psychic is good typing, and its stats are really good, and it kicks ass. It's not my goat. It is not as good to me as the original Raichu, even though statistically it's a lot better. You should definitely run this over that if you're looking for the best possible Pokemon. Raichu I just like a lot more, so I'm gonna throw a Alolan Raichu. I'm throwing Alolan Raichu in S. But it's not my goat because the OG Raichu is still my goat. Alolan Sandshrew and Sandslash. All right, this is going to be a weird one. But these guys actually are my fucking goats. Both these guys. Alolan Sandshrew, Alolan Sandslash. Steel Ice is a hilarious typing for anyone who wants to take on a fire gym. And also, again, I am a sucker for anything that can use Defense Curl and then either roll out or, in this case, Ice Ball. That's so fucking funny to me. Being able to Defense Curl into 6 straight Ice Balls that do double damage every time will always be a blast. And I like the design a lot. And I think you took... Alolan, this is like what Alolan should be. You took an old Pokemon, you put a very unique spin on it, but it's still recognizable as its old self. All right? Like, Raichu is almost so different. It's like, is that Alolan? Executor is fucking goofy. Right? But with Sandshrew and Sandslash, I think they fucking nailed what a regional, what a regional variant should look like and should be like. This next one's going to be a little interesting. Alolan Vulpix is my fucking goat. It's an adorable little mon. Can't be a hater there. Alolan Ninetales, still really good. Not quite my goat, but definitely up there. Defense Curl Ice Ball by the third one, you one-shot most Pokemon. Yeah, so it's just one-shot, one-shot, one-shot. You just got to survive whatever attack they're doing. Here we go. So we have Diglett with 3 little frills, which I think is very funny. I'm putting him in B tier. And then you have 3 Digletts with hair for Dugtrio. He's funny too. They're just funny little guys. Not Galarian. Alolan Meowth and Persian. Alolan Meowth is a very cool concept that could have gone somewhere, and I like that, so I'm gonna put him in B tier. And Alolan Persian is one of the worst things I've ever seen, so we're gonna put him in triple F minus. How many Pokemon outside of Dugtrio have multiple regional variants? Is it just Dugtrio? Because Dugtrio has I didn't realize that Dugtrio has a Alolan and Dugtrio.
Tickle, tickle, you're a pickle. Goodbye.
Goodbye. Meowth has the most. Oh yeah, Meowth has Galarian. Does he have 3? Did she just call you a pickle? Yeah, that happened. Galarian, Meowth. Is Meowth also tied with 2, or does he have a 3rd version? Ermthany, Ermtano. G-Max is not a regional variant. I'm not counting that. To me. Because Alolan Executors are, you know what I mean? Could be G-Max. Anyway, here we go. Alolan Geodude line. I like this because they took Golem and they turned him Russian. And they just gave him some facial hair. I don't know why he's Russian for that, but they went very interesting with the line. He's electric type and ground electric, and he's fine. He's harmless. And then, okay, so here's the deal. Alolan Grimer, what have you changed? All right, it's virtually nothing. He barely got a color swap. He almost looks like he could be Grimer shiny. That's triple F minus. However, Pride Muck, y'all know me. We fuck with Pride around here. So, Pride Muck, I'm gonna throw up in S tier. PJ Roberts, that's a niche reference. Pride Muck, I'm gonna throw up in S tier. Pride Muck, I'm gonna throw up in S tier. Anyways, this is my list. I understand I'm an extreme Gen 7 hater, but I gave you guys how my experience with Gen 7 when it came out. Will I continue to do Gen 8? Well, after all the people who love Gen 7 just request that I keep going with this because I'm sure they'll love the video. I will do Gen 8. When will I do Gen 8? I'm not sure. We will get there when we get there, but it will happen. Appreciate you guys for watching. As always, I'm Thundershot. I'm out. Peace, late, and I'll catch y'all next time. Y'all be easy. Oh, sorry for being so fucking tired this one. I've been live for 2 weeks straight. Anyways, bye.